Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Stories of the Salt Knights, a D&D actual play podcast here in Salt Lake City. I'm your DM, Tyler, and today, well, just to introduce everyone, we have Randy, we have Shaina, we have Chris, we have Gina, we have James, and we have Jeff. Aw, yeah. Awesome. Thanks, everyone, for being here today. Thanks to Randy and Beast Recordings for hosting this podcast and recording it all and making it sound bone at the teat. Really quick, I just want to say, if you're listening to this podcast or watching it wherever you're watching it from, give it a like, give us a follow on our socials and all that jazz. Also, keep in mind that for every episode, there will be trigger warnings in the description if you care about wanting to see those. But they might be spoilers, so spoiler warnings if you look at those. I don't know. Anyways, now a word from our sponsor, Cat Dad Mug.
Nice. I thought you were serious for a second.
What?
Watch us get sued by a company.
I wanted to see it. Not a sponsor, but nice mug.
I don't think it's big enough.
I don't know. It could be
loud enough, though.
Sponsoring us. He's a cat dad.
Good echo chamber in there.
Dad.
I'm a cat dad.
We're all cat dads.
Weird. Yeah.
I am getting another cat.
Okay, before we get into the recap... Before we get into the recap, Jeff, I need you to roll me an initiative.
Take that, Jeff. It's in that one.
Nat one. For what?
Wait, I'm not last?
Hold on. Wait. What is your character again?
Rogue. Do you have like a advantage on initiative or something, or?
What is...
I'm brave.
You're a halfling?
Yeah.
When you roll a 1, do you
luck. The luck.
How
luck
do you have
feature.
so much room in your head for all of this information?
Because I've played way too much D&D.
I do. I do, actually.
There's no such thing as too much D&D.
But it's not because I'm a halfling, it's because I have a stone of good luck. Well, no, that's on saves only. When you roll a 1 on a d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can re-roll and die. But
It's an ability check.
Is it initiative and ability check?
It is, because bards get, like, jack of all trades, so that's how I know that
Okay.
it's an ability check.
Yeah, go ahead, re-roll.
hey!
That's
Another nat 1.
The fates have spoken.
For a total of what?
6.
6. Okay.
I can't help you there, buddy.
Don't call me buddy, man. Ain't your guy, gal.
Cat.
What?
Friend, comrade.
So
We're in
I'm
trouble
sorry.
tonight.
Cat.
Words are hard.
Let's get into the recap. All of you guys had, after getting together to camp that one night and fighting off those, like, undead, double-headed wolf things, you were collected the next day by...
Delaron.
Yes, Delvain. Sorry, I need to open up a different piece of notes.
You should know everything.
My notes of people. There's a lot more people in this than I'm used to having in a campaign. So by Delvain, a direct assistant to one of the magistrates, and he had you sign basically a magical non-disclosure agreement. And after that, it was a couple of days of travel before you guys made your way. You guys took a couple of days of travel and eventually found your way to a mansion that was kind of magically hidden in the forest. And once you got there, you're led into this mansion, and you met 2 different magistrates, Agarim and Vexius. And they told you that you currently stood in the house and home of Acello, one of the gods of Straya. And she had become ill from a curse that was set upon her. And they asked you they said, this person is most likely someone named Kobul, who his last known whereabouts were outside of the barrier that protects Straya from the rot outside. So they asked you to be the ones to go out and stop Kobul?
Cool.
Yeah. To stop Kobul and basically save the barrier and save Acela from this curse. But first you had to be taken to a place to get some keystones that would open one of the barrier gates out of Straya. And so you were taken there by not that one. Liang, one of the other direct assistants to one of the magistrates, Vexius, yeah. And he teleported you to this room where you guys went down a hallway that had some carvings of the story, kind of like the religious lore of Straya. And you guys eventually entered into this large circular room with paintings of three of the gods on the ceiling, and there were these statues kind of all around. And in the center was this pedestal of the three keystones, and once you touched one, they all teleported away into crevices on each of the standing statues, and they all jerked into motion, and you guys got into a fight. It kind of seemed like every time you hit the bigger one, it dissipated some of its damage over to the other smaller ones. And at some point, you believe one of them went down, and the gemstone from within it transported itself back to the bigger one. And now you guys see from, let's see, who do we got here? Astrid, Delvain, and George. You guys see from the mist that was part of one of Gary's spells. From the mist, you see this large, the larger statue kind of standing up, and within its chest you see 2 gemstones now within it, where previously there was only one. And runes across its chest are starting to grow brighter, and you kind of notice that some of the damage has now dissipated off of this thing. And we get straight back into the top of the round of initiative where we ended off. Ralnor, you're up first.
Oh, well, I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, sorry. I could have said something. Zeid, you're on deck.
Going down! Okay, trying to get the lay of the land again.
Ralnor, wake up. There's a
For those
giant.
watching,
Kill
it's
it.
been like 2 weeks since we played last.
It's definitely only been 2 weeks since we played.
So I still see this big boy in front of me, right?
Yes.
And I'm up 15 feet higher, right?
Yes, you are on a balcony that stretches around the entire thing.
Okay, that helps with my situation. That's not gonna help me.
Also, I've been getting, I've had some hay fever, so I'll be a bit sniffly today.
Oh no!
I know, whole podcast is ruined. But
See you guys.
just so you're aware.
See ya.
You know what? We're just gonna keep this one simple, and we're gonna go ahead. And as I'm just standing there staring at this, is this staring at me? Which way is it facing?
It's kind of, I'll say it's facing kind of a kind of angular to you. Let's see. Let me go back to that actually. Oh, I need to copy George onto. I'll do that here in a second. Sorry, I briefly forgot how to use Roll20.
Briefly, though.
Briefly. It's kind of facing in a viscerally direction. I mean, it's not like not paying attention, though. It just seems like currently where it's at, it's standing up, and it's starting to turn over probably in a U direction, but it's not quite looking at you yet.
Alright. I'm gonna bring up my shaky old man's hands and just kind of put one thumb under, and then lights just start to on the 4 tips of my fingers. Try this on for size. And magic missiles come flying out my fingertips right at its face. At level 4, so I get 4 d4s. Plus 1, right? So that's 2. 5. 5. And 3. So 10, 13, 14, 15. So 15 points of force damage, I think?
Yeah.
Right in its head.
15.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I get it. Don't show this again. God. Cat. Yeah, you hit it in the head, and it looks like it took some good damage from that. Anything else you doing?
Maybe. Trying to think. I gotta get my measuring tool out because I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna use a bonus action, and he's going to disappear and reappear over here with Misty Step, and then I'm gonna use my movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. No, 40. That's all my movement. And I'll just move over to there, behind that pillar, kind of taking cover.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
will
that
be-
pillar goes all the way to the ceiling, by the way.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at for now.
Okay. Great. Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right. Zeid, you're up, and Delvain is on deck.
Okay. Real quick thing. I can't find my character on here. So what I'm gonna do, as I'm struggling with this again, I am going to target this guy, the main baddie, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead. He has to make a Wisdom saving throw
Okay.
of 15 or higher. If it fails, he'll take 3d8 damage, necrotic damage. If it's missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 3d12 damage of necrotic.
Wisdom save?
Yeah, but if it's missing any of its hit points, it instead takes 3d12.
I got a 17 total. Does it take half damage if it saves?
I don't think it does.
Okay.
Takes no damage if it saves.
Okay. Anything else you doing? Do you have to see something? Do you have to see it
Do I have to see it?
in order to cast that spell? Let's say.
Yes, it does. Okay. Well, my bad.
I'll say you can still. No, it's obscured by mist, so. I'll roll that back if you want to, because you can't really technically see it to cast that
Okay,
spell.
I guess then I'll technically look at this guy right here, the one
Okay.
on my left side.
You gonna
yeah.
cast it on him instead?
I'll cast it on him instead. If it's missing any of its hit points, it takes 3d12.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you know.
Not a big boy.
That's a fail.
Nice.
Yes!
Please roll 3 ones. Please roll 3 ones. Come on. Just roll ones.
He rolls a total 15 necrotic damage.
You're wrong.
How you see that?
Yeah,
Good enough?
yeah.
It's working.
Oh, okay. All right.
Who the hell's it?
And then I'm gonna move,
Ralnor?
As you cast that, there's this large tolling sound, and this blackness starts to like creep up through some of the stone on this thing, and it like pieces start to like drop off onto the ground as it's kind of just degrading away. Anything else you're doing? You moved?
Yeah, I moved 20 feet to the left.
Other side. Okay, Delvain, you're up. Astrid, you're on deck.
All right, I move in to strike, and I start striking.
It done been striketh.
I move right there, and I swing. Wait, is this big misty cloud still here?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's gonna have.
If I move on the opposite side of, say, over here, can I still attack the boy?
Where you're at right now?
Yeah.
No, you're not within attack range. Oh, do you have a reach?
Why is mine so much different than everyone else's?
What do you mean?
The
His
bad guy
things
on
are
my
not in
screen
the
is
same
20 feet
spots.
over to the right. I'm just gonna refresh. Maybe it's
Yeah,
just me.
refresh. I ended up moving it to see if like someone was underneath it and then moving it back.
How could you? You distracted me. Okay, I didn't move. JK. So they have concealment though. It sounds like.
Yeah.
All right, swing anyway.
So I'm actually gonna just give him a little buff to his AC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does 17 hit?
Let me go see him.
This is a small buff.
No.
Okay. Second attack. The 19 hit.
No.
Okay, I'm hasted, so here comes my haste attack.
Okay.
23 hit.
Yes.
Sick. I'm sinking this flail of disruption right into his thigh.
Okay.
And I'm charging it up with a bada boom, bada bing, Aeon. Divine Smite.
Okay.
I've used this before. I'm almost there. Almost there. Just gotta check the box. Oh god. Oh jeez. Okay. Hey. All right, we're almost there. We're at 28 points of damage, sir.
Okay.
Aeon, chip away at you.
Imagine you pulling out your flask as you say that.
My infinite coffee gourd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've always hyped.
That's
Coffee
it. Keeping it easy tonight.
Coffee does sound good.
As you sink your flail into the outside thigh?
Inner thigh.
Inner thigh? Right into the inner thigh. You kind of see that energy from that like shoot up and then just you kind of see this this like beam of energy that kind of shoots over at the other creature. As you've seen happen before, every time it's mostly been you and Astrid like hitting on this thing. Every time you've made a hit, you've seen like this beam of energy kind of push out to the other ones. And that's this thing like redistributing some of its damage to the other two. And you see this once again as it does the exact same thing where it just like shoots this beam out. But now it only has one other creature that it goes to, so it's just one other beam. And as it does that, you see actually, you don't see this, I don't believe. But Zeid, you see from where you're standing, and Ralnor, you probably see this as well, as a beam of energy hits this other creature that you've both hit in the last turn. And all of a sudden, the creature just stops moving, its arms drop, and parts and chunks of it just start dropping to the ground. And it leans over and just falls into the ground. And you see this kind of glowing that comes from it before the glowing stops. And Delvain, Astrid, and Gary, you guys standing there watching this hulking statue kind of coming out of the mist, you see this like right in front of it, this like little bit of flash, and now all of a sudden it has 3 of those keystones lodged into all 3 spots on its chest, and the runes on its chest start to glow brighter, this brighter blue shade now, and you start to see some more of the damage on it just start to like dissipate away. Give me 1 second to look into.
Now's the time to back away. What are you laughing at?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's free jumps.
How big is this thing?
15 feet total.
It has stone feet, like metal feet.
Stone.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. It is Astrid, you're up, and then the creature's on deck.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try hitting it and calculating my hits correctly this time.
Were you not calculating your hits correctly?
No, I was really
You got this.
hard.
Were you under calculating?
Last
Remember.
session.
I should have hit everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, let's go for it.
Let's go for it.
First hit. So that's like a 31 to hit.
Oh my god, that hits.
It's casual, just casual 31.
Oh yeah, that's with disadvantage.
Wow.
So
Sorry.
Opened itself.
15.
Nope.
Too bad.
Yeah, too bad. Well, that's still.
Is there a
so
shirt on
that
underneath?
Just 24 to hit.
Is that disadvantage too?
That's with disadvantage.
24 hits.
Not wrong.
20.
That hits, yeah.
Okay, that was with disadvantage. And then. Going to do some damage. Then I will use 2 psionic dice to make that sink in a little bit further.
Do you have a certain amount of psionic dice you can use?
I sure do.
Okay, so you're keeping track of like your pool.
Oh, that's cool. You actually get a relatively large amount, especially at the higher levels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good dice. I stole Aaron's dice and they're rolling really well.
Yeah.
No, there's a sponsor you should get. Thanks.
I have his stickers.
I have his sticker on my laptop.
Yeah. If anyone ever needs a good painter for minis, look up Aaron Effin Paints.
Effin paints.
Effing pain.
Effin. Yep.
EFFIN.
It's hard having to cover up all the other stickers on my water bottle.
Bet I love
So
it.
many. Gary also has it.
I do.
What is it?
I have only that one on this water bottle.
You need to buy us donuts at least
Yeah,
once.
well, I'll see you guys later.
All of us have
I
like
could get room stuff.
a flask with just that one sticker on it. Oh, sorry.
Oh, bad, I didn't get that memo.
Just kidding. So,
So. There was. I can totally math. Do you need to know the force damage separate from the magical slashing damage?
No.
Okay, altogether that is 48 damages.
wow. The 2 hits combined.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I attack twice on my turn.
You attack 2 more times? Or you just attack twice?
I attack twice on my turn, so I take 3 attacks. her attack action. Right?
What?
Am I doing that right? Extra attack. Or is that just like... No.
You can attack
I-
3
I'm
times
doing this-
whenever you take the
It's
attack
been a
action
long
on your turn.
work day.
Yeah.
It's been a very long work day, so 48 damage, and now its movement is slowed.
Yeah, you already
Okay.
took the 3 because you missed 1 and hit the 2. Oh, wait, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Should be dead too.
Okay, is that all you're doing?
It's just in the mist, so we can.
Yes,
We don't
that
know for
is
sure.
it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I'm sorry. There was one more thing. One more thing with that. I totally know a character.
What's that?
And now it also, I don't know if it can, if this will affect it at all. With my little strike things,
Okay.
it has to make a DC 16. It's probably gonna make it DC 16 strength saving throw.
Is this against a spell-like effect?
No, it's not against a spell-like effect. I can just shove it away. And that's it. My little bonus action to just shoot.
Oh yeah, it makes it with a 17. Okay, that's the end of your turn?
Yep.
Okay, this thing, as you hit it, you kind of see this like glowing start to increase, and you kind of hear this. As I need everyone to make. Not everyone, actually, sorry. I need Astrid, Delvain, and Gary to make Constitution saving throws.
You're within 10 feet. You have a +5 to your save. Ooh, scary.
I'm going to take cover behind this pillar now.
Just the 3 of you, though.
27.
Okay, you saved.
I'm glad you saved the 27.
So low.
I also add
Let's see.
one.
Yes, it is added.
Okay.
You can tell just because I was looking at your charisma. It says 2. So you're only getting 1 from charisma.
That's all rocks.
No. Put those down. Not that way. Don't roll them. Just put them down.
Put them down. Don't throw them.
Back in the bag with those.
Have I died?
No.
What'd you get?
12.
12? Fail? Shaina? Or, sorry, Astrid?
14.
14? Fail.
I'm
Delvain
using
saved.
Indomitable to reroll my failed saving throw.
Okay.
Did you add 5 for being? Oh, you're not by me. Damn. Wait, you are.
No, Gary's right behind you.
Yeah, you get added 5 to that.
Why?
Because I have an aura that gives you 5 on your saves.
17.
17? Barely saved. What'd you get? Fail still. Astrid, you take 21 points of damage. The 2 of you take 11 points of damage.
You mean? Aim.
If that's how you want to receive it, then yes.
No, I said
Name of
I
Abe.
used it.
I receive it in the name of Aim.
Okay, so just Astrid is pushed 10 feet
11.
back underneath this. You are currently underneath that walkway that goes past. As this thing lets out this this essentially a thunder wave that shoots out from it as it releases some of this energy that's stored up inside of it. That was a
We just passed gas.
basically
Yes!
a reaction thing that I used. And now. Who's next to it?
Runs off of methane.
Delvain. It's going to. It moves out of the mist like billowing as it takes steps out of this thing, and it walks up and tries to strike at Delvain.
Puff out my chest. Ready to
Good.
embrace
Bigger target for it to hit.
Sweet smackaroons.
24 to hit.
Oh boy. Silvery barbs.
What does that do?
Magically distract the creature. The triggering creature must then re-roll and take the lowest roll.
Okay. 16 then.
Whew, that's a miss.
Who are
Okay.
you giving advantage to?
Ralnor. The tingling. Nice. With
28
my
to
chest
hit.
puffed out, somehow get missed.
28 to hit.
Yeah. That one do be hitting. Yep.
Very good.
I'm like, round whack.
12 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing just brings its fist and pummels it into your outstretched chest. Okay, let's see. Where are we now? Gary, you're up. George, you're on deck. I'll place you when we get into the fight.
Okay, I am. Light on it.
Ooh. Do tell what that does.
Necromantic energy washes over a creature of your choice that you can see within range, draining moisture and vitality from it. The target must make a con saving throw. The target takes 8d8 necrotic damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one.
For my con save. Da, 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 da. 21.
Okay, so half as much. So I'm casting this at a level higher, so it's 9 dice. So for half, would I do 4 still?
No, just roll all the dice and then you
and then
divide
half the damage.
the
Okay.
total.
I'm just gonna do it on here, so I don't have to. 47.
So, yeah, 24, I'll say. Anything else you doing?
Yes. I'm hasted.
I believe that means you can. I believe you can use your hasted action to disengage from it if you want.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna run away.
Damn, that wizard be speedy.
Where's. Can I go through the mist?
You certainly can.
Okay.
But going through Delvain is twice the movement, so that one
okay.
counts as.
Yeah. I will go.
You do have double movement though.
Very fast.
Wait, what does that mean?
So your base speed's doubled already, so you
Yeah.
can move 60 with the normal.
Yeah. But then if I go through you, it would be 30.
Yeah, my square cost double.
Your
okay.
his square costs 10 to get through instead of 5.
Doesn't matter at
Okay.
this point.
Cool.
Jump over.
Yeah. I'm running.
You're disengaging too, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you shimmy right on out of there. George, you have been a silent participant in this fight the entire time. Just I'm gonna say you've just been sneaking around, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike at your foe, right? Let's see. Where would you like me to put you, basically? Actually, do this. Roll me if you're okay with it, roll me a stealth check. If you're okay with that kind of like
Am I okay? You said it, so I'm okay with it,
Okay.
boss.
I don't know how to introduce a character.
That's a 29 stealth.
29. Where do you want to be on this map?
I would like to be
Stealthed.
stealthed. Right behind the big bad.
Will you click on where that's supposed to be?
I don't know how to.
I got you, totally, right there. Right,
Yeah.
we want to be right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, that one.
Right there.
You know how to do the ping, right?
Wow, they barely taught me.
Yeah, hey, there's
That ping?
homework that should be assigned before next episode.
I forgot.
The hotkeys.
Basically, if you're looking at a clock, it would be the 5. So down and to the right. At an angle.
He put a little thing there. Okay, there you are. You
Excellent.
choose this moment to make your appearance. What is it you do?
I come whipping out, and in my hands, I have like a 3-foot long, like steel-looking rod,
Okay.
and I want to put it right on top of the statue's like feet, and activate an immovable rod.
Oh shit. Okay.
And so I can do that with fast hands, so that uses my bonus action,
Okay.
and then I'm going to use my actual action to disengage, run away.
Okay.
Up and around the pillar right up there. Wait, I think and I'm gonna yell something super insulting at it while I do that.
Okay. What do you yell?
You stone block-headed fucker! In a much higher pitched voice. It's only been 2 weeks.
Roll an intimidation check.
Yes.
Please.
Oh.
Just.
That's a performance. No, intimidation is his own thing. That's a 22.
22 to intimidate.
Remember, I'm 2.5 feet tall.
With words.
Not bad.
So you probably just heard like a screaming goat squeaking as it ran away.
As it's trying to like bludgeon your party members, Delvain, you all of a sudden just hear this like kind of screeching sound of like you blah 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 blah, and it just like what the fuck like.
Bet your
Like,
mom was
holds
made of granite!
Arms up and watches you scamper away, and you certainly said some things, and you certainly got its attention. Anything else you're doing? Is that the end of your turn?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, back up at the top of the round. Ralnor, you're up. Zeid, you're on deck.
I guess it's my turn. Exactly. I'm really hoping something happens.
I'm going to run
but this thing could also just be really strong.
25, 30, 35 feet. And then I'm going to jump at the head of this beast. Hopefully it's not too far because it's tall.
Nah, it's pretty much.
And I'm going to land with my swords down and take both my attacks through its shoulders, hopefully.
onto its shoulders. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let you make the attack as normal without any like
Have advantage.
stuff. But after the attack, I'm gonna make you roll a athletics check to see if you like stay there. Or
Does
not.
he get the advantage from the silvery barbs?
Yes.
Oh yes, yeah, you still do.
Here we go for the first attack. Oh, thank God for advantage.
Your heart skipped a beat. Thump, thump.
Forgot to jump. You're just kind of midair going.
That's 21? Yeah, 21.
That hits.
For the first hit, and then the second hit's just a regular attack. Net 20.
Okay.
This is the police.
That's amazing. So the first one is just a d8 plus 5. That is 6 plus 5, which is 11. Right?
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
And then the
did
next
math.
one, are you doing double roll or double damage?
I prefer double roll.
Okay.
So just roll twice the amount of dice.
7 plus 5, which is 13. And 8 full damage plus 5, which is 14.
So what was that total? 11 plus 14.
13 and 14 and 11. Oh boy.
13, 14, and 11. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay. Hopefully they stick in. And I'm holding on. Oh yeah, acrobatics.
How do you want to do it?
Oh fuck yeah. So as both the blades go in, but my feet are basically, my crotch is in its face like this, and I just kind of twist my blades like that, and its head pops off.
Yeah, its head just
then
slowly
I ride its
rolls
body
off.
down to the ground.
Slowly rolls off the back of it as it starts to fall. And as it starts to fall, Delvain, you see this pretty clear. It's like it starts to fall and its feet start to tip backwards but hit that blade, and so its feet just like stay stuck up and it just breaks off from the knees back, and as it falls down, its 2 feet are just standing straight up where the rod kept it. And it falls down, and all of this dust kind of like just billows out from underneath it, and it billows into the mist that's starting to finally dissipate. And it is laying on its back, dead, as Ralnor stands. The old high elf Ralnor stands on top of it.
I just stand up straight, put my swords away, struck my beard a couple times, pat my shoulder.
Shall we get on with it?
As I'm looking at everybody.
Well, that was bloody brilliant. And I come rolling out. We did great. All of us. We did indeed. And I grab the rod and I like twirl it around and be like, where are we going?
George was here the whole time.
Yeah,
The whole time.
what we doing?
This is giving me flashbacks to Alessandro.
Dumb and cute, all right? I just play myself in every game.
I'm gonna go to
And-
the chesticles.
The chesticles?
Yep.
Okay.
All 3 of them.
You walk up, and
Thank you.
they, as you reach down to pick them up, they just come right out, almost like there was nothing holding them in the first place at all.
That's why we're
Seemingly, I should say, seemingly.
I was also confused.
But it comes out even without any like resistance at all. Like it just right out.
Where do we put this?
I believe they opened the gates, was what they said. Which is not here.
Just hand you these. Something for you to do.
So George, you are holding.
These are probably about as big as me, huh? Not holding these like a firewood.
They're probably about this big. Like
That's the size of my head, man.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know.
Small.
Is a halfling's head this big?
Well, you gotta imagine the halfling's 2 feet tall.
I'm like this.
Like a baby.
So the
Halflings are
halfling
bigger
head's
than 2 feet
that
tall.
big.
2.5 feet is the smallest that D&D Beyond says they can go, and that is my height.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So you're holding these. They're kind of teardrop shape. Like gems almost.
Terrifying.
They're really smoothly polished, and they're like this clear crystal type of thing that you're holding. And you have 3 of them. They're actually relatively heavy, especially for one of small stature as yourself.
Pull out my bag of holding. Bloom, bloom, bloom. So what do we do with these now?
We go outside.
I'm sorry, but you were in the meetings, correct?
Yes, it was. But the conversation was a bit above my level.
Oh, do you want me to take another second to describe what was in the meeting that you weren't there for?
I wasn't there.
I thought I did pretty good in the recap, but I can describe it again for you if you want.
I'm mainly just playing my character.
Okay, sorry.
Where were you? I did not see you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Don't get on my bad side. You won't see me coming.
All right.
You just hoot at me?
Yeah. I don't know.
Me neither.
I'm tired. I've been flapping my wings for like what felt like forever trying to fight these guys. I just taking out a flask. I'm just tired, man. Welcome. Glad to see you back.
I never left.
Not contributing. Okay, I'm done.
You see this literal 2 foot tall, like roguish looking character just.
You better sleep in the tallest tree.
Don't worry.
I don't think that'll save
I
him.
have a plan.
How are we getting back?
We have to
You
go
guys know
now.
that Liang was waiting for you.
Oh, it was.
Like, he didn't leave you guys
I
there.
thought you did.
Oh,
I didn't leave you guys here like the last campaign.
Abandoned.
Abandoned you. You just know Liang wasn't allowed to partake in this challenge, as he called it.
in the fun.
Trial or challenge.
Arena?
Everybody dust themselves off, make them look like they didn't touch you. And have a good appearance.
Oh, right. Alright. We're good.
I don't know how you can pat off blood from Delvain, but
Is anybody?
Who's touching my blood? Ayun put it there. Only Ayun can take it off. I lay on hands.
That's
does your lay on hands look like normal, or is
No, I have to do this.
you just have to like fastly pat your
It
body
looks like
down?
I'm putting out a fire.
Every time you do that, it heals 1 HP.
Caffeine. Take a sip out of my gourd.
I'm just gonna stare at Delvain while he
Coffee so bad.
pats himself on the back a couple hundred times and just chuckle to myself.
Yeah, is that how you get, like, all your positive energy? Just all the back patting?
It's like
Shaking
Ayun
hands.
provides.
Mr. Grabby Hands would love some.
Excellent.
It tastes abnormal.
Will you remind
It's
me?
definitely not coffee anymore because we put some flowers in there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
It tastes like coffee, but like if you added like a floury creamer to it.
Bless you.
Better black.
Nice.
And I start walking towards the exit.
yeah.
You guys start walking towards the exit?
Yeah.
Okay. You start walking towards the exit, and you make your way back into the finely decorated and carved hallway where like I said before, kind of the history or lore of the kind of how the sisters came to be the forgetting all my words, man.
TriStar sister.
TriStar sisters, thank you. The TriStar sisters my players know my lore better than I do.
Just don't ask me what happened in the meetings.
So happy about that. So you guys make your way back through the hallway that showed the carved wall mural of the kind of history of how the TriStar sisters came to be the deities of Straya. And you guys make your way back after that hallway back into the smaller room where you were teleported, and that is where Liang is waiting for you. He's kind of just standing there, kind of with this book or journal open, and he just looks to be reading something. As you guys walk in, he looks up and closes it, and he says, "Were you successful?"
Show him the goods.
I pull it out and I like shove my whole like top of my body is like in the bag, and I'm kind of like rummaging through it. No, I really need to get more organized.
Just feet sticking out. I kind of help you.
And then I hand one back out to you, and after like a 2 minute, like literally we've been walking for 5 minutes, and
Probably like a minute.
in that amount of time I almost lost a shit in that bag of holding. That's how much crap is just in there. But I eventually get all 3 of them out and hand them up.
Very good. Please keep that on your person. I will. Yes. Well, your person or anyone else's
Do you need
person.
me to hold that for you?
I do.
I do.
Okay. Hold on to
Okay, you now have the 3 gate stones.
Okay. If not, I've got room in my beard somewhere in here.
Do you have like a beard?
You're smoking the beard hammock.
The old man has such secrets.
Blasphemy.
That's why his beard's.
As you hold on to that, Liang says, I will now teleport you to about a mile away from the gate. So
By a mile away.
that's just where I know that I can teleport to safely.
Liang, is this a safe place to rest?
Here,
We do need to rest.
yes. If you'd like to take a rest here, you can.
Perhaps a short rest.
If you think you need it.
I need it.
I need it.
We need it.
Alright,
Spoken.
let's rest.
As you guys are taking your short rest, Liang is starting to inscribe another teleportation circle.
Beautiful. Begin to pray and drink coffee for 8 hours.
8
8 hours? I thought you were taking a short rest.
8 minutes, my bad. My bad.
1 hour?
Yeah.
You guys got an
You're
hour.
at the end of 8 hours.
It takes him like 10 minutes to get the circle ready to go. But at that point, Liang just starts to kind of read his book a little bit more, waiting for you all to be finished. Is there anything you guys discuss during your short rest? Or just want to move on?
What do you think we're gonna see out there?
The rot. And a lot of it.
Have you ever seen the rot?
No.
What do you think the rot is?
Spicy.
Worse than anything we've seen.
It's probably gonna have a lot of rot. You know, like mold. Maybe red mold.
Why red?
Somehow I pictured it red as well.
Perhaps it's like those death hounds we fought.
Brown.
They had something growing through them. Something wrong.
Something was peculiar about them.
Something changed about them.
They were inside the safety of so
Have we not learned there's ways through besides the gate?
I've been doing it for 600 years and still have not found a way out.
That doesn't mean there isn't a way.
Perhaps the rot's spreading in.
Or perhaps your god is weakening.
You say the word. Say it. Say it.
I'm willing to
cut that
referee
beard right
this
off.
fight.
Aiden's light never diminishes, Ralnor.
Just like our age.
Sink.
That's right, I am pretty old.
Aye. Old indeed. Good kill, by the way. Don't lose your head.
It's been here for 600 years and not going anywhere else.
Sounded like a slight threat.
I say if you happen to look my direction, I'm just you. Yeah, I'm just eyeballing you.
Whoa. Excuse me. Hello, sir.
I put my glaive down. Oof.
Short rest.
The tension.
Okay, you guys finish your short rest. Go ahead and spend any hit dice you need to get all of your stuff back that you get back on a short rest.
And all my spell slots.
You're all using D&D Beyond, so just hit the short rest button. And
Doesn't work right now.
It's not working?
Nope.
So much from you.
D&D is not working?
D&D Beyond short rest is not working.
Really?
No.
What?
Just FYI, well, maybe mine is and maybe yours isn't, because mine's telling me what I'm gonna get.
Good distance and only can do
I've never
But mine
seen that
did that
before.
the first time.
the killing square. Killing.
Oh,
Like I was saying, the last campaign, it's a conspiracy.
Well, I don't think you're going to need it for the rest of
Yeah,
this
mine's not working
this hour and a half stint, so we'll probably be able to move on. Okay, so now we move into Act 2.
oh.
See what I did there? There's acts. I'm getting to be a better
Oh,
storyteller.
you're so wily.
I know.
God.
Oh,
Yeah.
cat dad.
Cut down.
It just gets worse.
I gotta get him.
Okay, you guys all get into the circle, and he starts to cast the spell, and there's just this swirling. Before the spell goes off, there's this swirling of energy that kind of comes around before it quickly rushes into the center and tears a hole in the fabric of space and time. And he motions for you guys to step through, which you guys understand that anyone doing, you guys have paid for paid for teleportation before. It's often like customary for the person who casts the spell goes last to make sure everyone gets through that needs to get through. So he is motioning for you guys to go through.
Going in.
You guys all go in without question. Great.
No, a single word.
Never seen again.
Never seen again.
And Act 3 starts now!
On to Act 3.
That was the end of your call.
What?
Okay, you guys rush through and you come into possibly coming from a little bit of a stuffy area, the this little like temple thing. Obviously there was no connection to the outside. It was a little bit stuffy in there, a little bit of stale air. Now you guys all get a fresh of breath air as you make your way back out to the outside world. It is about mid-evening, so probably around 5 or 6 or so, and you guys see I would say Ralnor, you have seen this. You've seen this before, not this not this particular place, but you know where you are based on the description I'm about to give. You guys step out into this kind of open area. The wilderness is bare. There's not much but shrubs and bushes around. There are no sounds of wildlife, and in front of you, large looming cliffs that are basically void of life. The behemoth mountains of stone and dirt that separate you guys from the rot outside. You are just about a few miles away from the base of the barrier between Straya and the rot. Perhaps some of you have been here before. Ralnor, you have traveled multiple times to the barrier before. So you...
It's called the barrier?
Yeah. The barrier is what I refer to as the mountainous range that cuts off Straya from the rot outside. But it's also a reference to, like, the magical barrier that is that as well. It's not only a physical barrier, but it is some kind of magical barrier as well. You guys understand, it's relatively common knowledge that almost nothing lives this close to the border, and no one really dares to come this close. Not a lot of the like common folk that live in Straya. Sometimes you get adventurers that want to come out this far, or because it's so bare and devoid of most common people, sometimes you get like bandit groups or just people trying to do bad things that need like a hideaway. Generally, this is like a good place for them to go to. It's relatively not very well patrolled. But Liang steps out of the portal just behind you guys as it closes behind him, and he continues to start walking towards the cliff face as he says, "Right this way, please." And he starts to make his way. The rest of you guys just start following and don't need to do anything
Can you do an
before.
insight check?
Yes. On what? I was about to roll the dice for some reason. Yeah, totally.
Liang's guiding us, right?
Yes, Liang is guiding you.
Delvain's just kind of. This seems to be a practiced thing. This. It seems like this was going to come to pass, so there was a process to have this happen. Mm-hmm. And so Delvain's curious how comfortable Liang is during this. Is Liang hesitant? Is Liang seem concerned for our livelihood? Are we going to succeed? Do they seem like they know what they're doing?
Okay. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
24.
24. Liang seems like a very well thought out person. The task at hand is more important than being anxious or nervous about it, or he seems to be very much like a logical person, like this is what's happening, this is what we need to do to get things done. But also in the sense of it seems very practiced. You probably get the sense, in fact you do get the sense that he's just aware of where these places are. He knows probably when you figure that when someone becomes a assistant to the magistrate, they probably have to learn these things. It's like, okay, if you have to learn the teleport spell to these locations in case of emergencies and stuff. Mm-hmm. So it seems like that's kind of how it's going. He does seem pretty calm, and he, as far as worrying about your well-being, he doesn't seem like he's aloof. But this is relatively common when you're working with people of religious groups that you're hired for. It's like you're the hired hand. You're the person there that's supposed to be there to get things done. And it's more of he has confidence that you guys are doing the task you're supposed to be doing. Okay. Kind of a thing. You don't feel like he just doesn't care or anything like that. Anyways, he starts walking his way towards the cliff face. Like I said, you guys are probably a couple of miles from the edge. And the closer you get, the more the shrubs start to give way to larger rock formations and such. And as you guys get there, you guys kind of round past a rock formation, and you see just in the distance, just right next to probably 30 to 40 feet from where the rock face actually starts, that's where you see Agorim and Vexius both sitting in... So Vexius is kind of sitting, and it's kind of a weird thing, but they're both out in the middle of this kind of wilderness area. Vexius is sitting on a large plush chair that the back of the chair goes well higher than he does, and just kind of out of nowhere for no reason. And Agorim is sitting also in a plush chair, but it's not nearly as grandiose as Vexius is. If you guys remember, Vexius is the shorter one who kind of has
grumpy.
Yeah, he's kind of a grumpy old man kind of a thing.
Worse than me.
Yeah, and Agorim's kind of sitting also in this plush chair, but it's not nearly as grandiose. And they are sitting, and there is a little side table in between the two, and they are both kind of down, focusing on a board game of some sort that's on this table. and you guys start to make your way.
How many times have I been in this area? Like, do I recognize the specific area that we're in right now? Like, I know I've been in the entire area, but like the area that we're at right now, have I been here in my previous adventures?
Roll me a percentage die.
I like that. Let's do that.
I have a number in my head, and you have to get higher than it to
49.
49. You have not been to this specific area. You roughly know that you guys are on the... I forgot what direction this was. Give me 1 second to... Can't remember if I said this was south out of Straya or east out of Straya.
Like we went
South.
southeast.
Sounds like it. Did I say south?
Yeah.
Okay. It is south out of Straya. So you are on the like south end of Straya, and the south end of Straya tends to be more of like a swampier kind of area already. There is still like patches of area that have relatively big forests. They tend to be more like humid forests and stuff like that, versus the area where you live is like a lot more like timberous forest, if that's even a word. I don't know. But like big trees, big pine trees, and reds and stuff like that. So, but yeah, this area kind of becomes like really barren at that point. You haven't been to this specific area before, but you, just from your travels, you kind of understand where you guys are.
And we were given a map of where we're going, right? Like outside of Australia.
You were shown a map. You weren't given a map.
Okay, and if I remember right, it was north of Australia that we needed to go. Is that correct?
No, the city that your grandfather was from
Not
was north of.
Yeah, but I mean, where we were going, I thought it was also north.
No,
Okay.
sorry, that was. If I said that, I was incorrect.
Okay.
Section of the barrier gate.
The
It's
gate
Kobol's
is
Keep.
north of the keep.
Yes.
Maybe
Yes.
that's where I got.
Yeah, it's almost a straight shot from this gate to the keep that you're supposed to go to, Kobol's Keep. But yeah, no, the city that your lineage is from is like north of Straya, so it's a relatively long ways away. As Agarim and Vexius see you guys approach, Agarim's like, "Oh," and he slowly stands up out of his chair, and you see Vexius like, and he kind of like wiggles his way out of his chair and drops down. You see Agarim just kind of like take his hand and like, he like runs his hand through the table and through the board game, and it kind of just like vanishes like a mist. And after he does that, they both kind of like put their hands on their chairs, and their chairs just kind of like pop into a small onyx figurine that they both catch and put back into their pockets. And they stand there waiting for you guys to approach. And as you do, let me get back to where my notes are for that. Where am I? Act 2. So as you guys approach, Vexius, you see Agarim like about to say something, and Vexius just kind of blurts out, "Did you get the stones or what?"
Well, obviously you've been waiting for us, so you knew to get the stones.
Well, you're not dead, so I suppose you did get him. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Lang, do the thing. And Lang kind of just bows, takes a slight bow to Vexius, and Liang walks up to the one of the cliff faces and starts to draw like a rune circle around it.
I'm gonna really study his drawing that he's doing right now.
Okay, roll me a. I'll let you do. Are you trying to remember what he's drawing, or are you trying to just discern, what it
I think
what it is mechanically?
my character's thought is this is the key to get to the gate, of how to reveal the gate, and
Yeah.
so I want to memorize how to
Okay,
do that.
I want you to roll me an intelligence check.
Perfect.
And I'll let you. What's your intelligence actually?
Plus 9.
+9? Okay, yeah, go ahead and roll an intelligence check. You have a +9 on intelligence?
Yeah, I put all my stuff into.
Wait, how do you have a +9?
Your saving throws a 9?
Oh wait, you're right. My saving.
Yeah,
throws
just
are
a
nine,
regular intelligence check.
which is a +4.
Damn.
It's 8.
8 total?
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Oh wow, yeah. You're a wizard class though, right? Okay. Bladesinger is a wizard subclass. You understand. You're pretty well versed in magics and rune circles and stuff. So you understand what he's doing, but you also understand that trying to memorize a rune circle would take a profound what is it called when people are naturally
Picture perfect memory or whatever.
Photographic.
it would almost take a photographic memory. I'm talking about people who have mental disabilities, but they're
Savant.
Oh,
a savant. It would probably take a savant to be able to remember, or a picture perfect memory to be able to remember this from not to be
not a
able to
booklet.
remember this while not having to study the circle. So you understand what's happening, but he goes faster than you can discern and take all of that into memory, because rune circles are very, very unique and very, very specific. Anyways, as he is drawing that, Agarim kind of steps forward and says, "How's the trial? Did it go well? Was it relatively easy for you, or no?"
I would say it was relatively easy. We took care of him pretty quick.
Didn't even get a scratch.
Good.
Ayun,
I'm not lying.
we did well.
We did well.
Ayun, what? What did you say?
Ayun,
You just
as always.
Indeed.
George showed up just in time to deliver the final blow.
Oh, very good.
I wouldn't say that
Very
was
nice.
the case, but to each his own.
I've been alive for 600. He can have it.
You can kind of see that Agarim is
You get a little like this.
Agarim's kind of just happy to listen to you guys and stuff, and Vexius is just just noticeably annoyed, having to even listen to you guys.
You have a bad back there, mate.
Huh?
You just seem like you're in a lot of pain.
I'm not. I'm fine.
Oh, just grumpy then.
Some people need to see chiropractors for their backs. Other people need to see therapists for an attitude adjustment. Recommend seeing one.
As Liang finishes, he kind of shouts out, "Your magistrates, it's ready." And both of the magistrates walk up, and they start to chant an incantation that takes them about a minute or so to complete this incantation. And as you do, the runes start to fade away from it, and the rock face doesn't actually look any different as they complete. But as this happens and they both stop and they look over and says, "All right, right this way." And Agarim goes, and you see him kind of like walk to the side and then turn and walk back in. And as he does that, you see he walks behind a stone. And as you guys all kind of shift over, you see the stone, the perspective of the stone shift, and like you can clearly see where the opening is now. And it was almost like looking at a optical illusion almost. And like, oh, whoa, okay. Like, and you guys can kind of see like now there is a small crevice. It's tall enough so that you don't have to bend down, but it's pretty narrow so that you're gonna have to squeeze in there a little bit to get in.
This is nice and spacious.
Vexius walks in, and very much like you, he kind of doesn't have that much of a problem because of his small stature. I believe I said Vexius was a halfling the same as you.
I'm sorry, God, you know.
And you guys all walk into... Oh.
Do you need my blessing?
No, I got my own. I got my own.
You did it wrong. The light will not guide you.
What?
This computer turned off again. You guys all make your way into the... What is happening right now?
Ayun. Blessed child.
Eric Cockrow is being sacrilegious towards AU, and Delvain was
educating. You guys all make your way into the crevice. It is a tight squeeze for some of you that are larger or have like beefier metal weapons and armors on you, but with a little bit of with a little bit of work, you guys managed to get your way through. It's a short distance through the cave until the cave opens up into a little bit of a larger room, and lit up. This larger room is lit up by a large golden ring at the back that glows. It's kind of a ring, like this ring of magical golden energy. And within it is a red glow that kind of emanates inside of it. There are 3 sockets that kind of... Am I hearing a cat? Oh, I'm hearing.
You are hearing a child.
Baby. I was like, is that a cat?
Demon.
The demon mother. There are 3 socket, like, open spots in this arcane ring, and and you guys all kind of come into this room together. This is the gate into the rot. One of the gates into the rot.
All these years.
Agarim comes over and asks for the stones. Could you please procure the stones for us?
Yep, here you go. Easily fits in one hand.
Agarim takes 2 of them. Well, hands the first one to Liang and takes the other 2. And as you guys are kind of waiting, and it's...
I'm gonna do one last insight check
On who?
on the 3 of them.
Okay.
We just played and we just did something that the bad guys wanted, and we just gave the bad guys something.
Go ahead and roll an insight
Why are
check.
you smiling?
I just love how Randy is like always like, you guys are really the bad guys, huh? Like really, really suspicious.
Well, insight.
Yes.
Oh boy, 6.
6?
6?
Fine.
That's your answer. I'm the beast.
Honestly,
Checks out.
Checks out.
Ralnor, you think that for a split second, and then it kind of goes away to the fact that you are about to achieve one of your biggest life goals ever, to get out of Straya into the rot.
Oh boy, and what a glorious feat that will be, going into all that.
And as Agarim steps away from you, and Vexius kind of steps back in and says, and kind of like clears his throat as if he's about to say something, and Agarim stops and like looks back down to Vexius, and he's going to pay attention to Vexius. And Vexius speaks up and says, he's kind of got his arms crossed and his face is kind of in that permanent scowl that he has, and he says, "Listen, I understand that I've kind of been... It's in my nature to be questioning people of their capabilities, and I just want to say I do not have any less amount of appreciation for what you are going to be doing. Just understand that if you fail and Acela dies, the barriers can drop and all of Straya dies along with them. There's no room for failure for this. So succeed, or there's not going to be a home for you to come back to. I do wish you the best of luck. And may the gods be on your side." And with that, Agarim just kind of stands there and stays silent for Vexius to speak. You guys kind of get the idea that they're both very in tune with how each other likes to act, and like you can kind of tell that Agarim understands when Vexius has like important things to say. And as Vexius stops, Agarim kind of like nods his head, like words well said, walks over, and it's kind of strange to watch this because it almost looks like Agarim is going to, he reaches up to put one of these in one of the like slot-looking spots in this ethereal-like ring, and it almost looks like he's going to let it go and it's going to fall, but he lets it go and it just like bobbles a little bit as he lets it go, and then it just hangs there in the air. And as he does that, there's this kind of red glow, just kind of almost like you're watching oil mix into water. It just kind of like, this red glow just kind of like flows about in a slightly different direction as he does that. And every time the second one he puts in the spot, it does the same thing. It kind of just flows again before settling down. And then he finally does the third gem, and it flows again before it finally starts to like right in the center. You kind of see this little line draw, and it starts to separate through the center and starts to pull into the ring, and you kind of see the ring becoming a little bit more like solid as it happens. And immediately as this happens, there's a strange smell in the air that kind of wafts out at you, and it's
I knew those things farted.
It's clearly more humid. This more humid air that like mixes into the air, this dry air of the cave that you guys are in. And Agarim looks and says, "Please make haste," and like motions to the entrance. You guys make your way through.
How long could this door be open before the rot starts to come in?
I do not know, so please, the door will shut behind you.
Let's go.
How do we get back in?
Liang is going to wait here until you guys come back. He will set up his camp in this room, and when he comes back, we are going to have a quarantine set up in this room.
Man of patience. I appreciate that.
And Liang just kind of like slightly bows his head to you guys.
I'm gonna go in first.
Okay, you make your way in, and you kind of poke your way in. So it is, you do not yet see the end of this cave system that you are in. This whole thing is within this like cave system. You do not see like a light at the end of the tunnel, so you start to think that like, oh, there's a little bit more cave system to walk before we finally get out. But you make your way in, and you like sorry, I keep forgetting your character's name. Zeid. You like immediately your feathers like ruffle up a little bit as you step through, and you can just feel like this humidity kind of just like make its way into all of your feathers, and all of your plumage seems to just be a little bit fuller as you're in like a more humid place now. Does everyone else make their way through?
Not just yet.
Not yet?
Just waiting a little bit.
As I, in the second to last, I walk through and then I turn around and look at Delvain.
Second thoughts.
Can't fail.
And we won't.
And then I turn around, walk away.
And as you, as he does that, Agarim looks at you and says, "Ayuna will be with you always." And it's just quiet as they wait for you to go.
Grab some dirt and head out.
You grab some dirt from from before you go through. Okay.
Yep.
You grab a handful of dirt. Are you keeping that in your inventory, so to speak?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you grab a handful of dirt, and you keep it on your person, and you make your way through. And as you make your way through, without any kind of movement or action from any of the three, Agarim, Vexius, or Liang on the other side, as you guys make your way through, the stones just on the inside of the barrier, the stones just on their own fall out and hit the ground, and the barrier like comes back up, and it's just this flowing of this magical energy again, and you guys are now in there, and that's where we're gonna end this session. So this is the end of the first episode of this session. Thank you everybody for watching. If we would love to have you join our socials. We have a YouTube, we have a Facebook, we have a Instagram, we have a TikTok. Please come out, check those out. We're gonna take a break before we film the next episode.
Facts.
And nice. Anything else I should say at the end of these? I don't know.
And we love ya.
Hit the bell icon.
Hit that bell icon.
Shut your whore mouth.
Comment on stuff. That's the end of it. Thanks for coming to watch Stories of the Salt Knights. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
My favorite part about the way the